It is possible to password protect your document, either to stop it from being opened by anybody, or to allow them to open it but only as read-only, or to have a separate password to open it and edit it. Now, all of these options are accessed when you save the document, because you effectively are resaving the document but with its new security settings. So in order to add in any of these security password options, we go to File and Save As, choose where we'd like to save the document, which might be the current folder, and with the current name. So if we keep the current name of Access Manual _extract, it will actually overwrite that file. If we want to create a separate version that is password protected, then I'm going to call this Access Manual _extract permissions. And then to edit and play with those permissions, we go to Tools, General Options. That brings us to the General Options dialog box, which is all about password protection. Now, there are a number of options within here. The macro security we'll worry about when we get to macro stages. For the moment, we could just make this document read-only. When we make a document read-only, what happens when it then gets opened is a suggestion that they have it as read-only. So if we say OK and save, and then close the document, and then attempt to reopen it. So we're trying to reopen the Access Manual extract permissions file. Because we've marked it as read-only, we get this little dialog box that says the author would like you to open this as read-only unless you need to make changes. Open as read-only. Notice the default action is on the yes button, but that doesn't stop you from opening it and editing it. We just say no. And now we can go in and make changes. So that little read-only option is just like a little stop. We'd like you to stay in read-only, please, but you can edit if you need to. Could just be a safeguard against yourself from editing a document. If we need to up the security, then we go back to Save As, come into that General Options again. So this read-only is not strong enough for us, so we take that tick out. We'd actually like to require them to know a password if they want to modify it. So we enter the password. We'll make it easy, but obviously you would make it a bit more complicated. OK. You're then asked to confirm that password, just to make sure you know what it is. OK. We then save the file, close it, and then reopen it to see if the security has taken place. So we're still talking about the Access Manual _extract permissions. And you can see here, the document is reserved by Guy Vaccaro. That's me. They need to know the password to modify it, or they can open as read-only still. So they can still click read-only, but they won't be able to save the changes. So if they click read-only, firstly we drop into reading mode, which we can escape. Even if they try to then save the document, they have to save it with a new name, because they won't be allowed to overwrite this same file. So let's click cancel, close, and attempt to reopen that file. If we do know the password, then we can open it. And this time when you click save, there's no Save As dialog box. We are actually overwriting the file. So that's one step in the security, forcing them to require a password to modify the file. However, if they don't know the password, they still have that option to open the file as read-only. If you want to make the security really the top level you can go, then under Save As, same location, same file name, Tools, General Options, we need to put a password in here to open. So it's password to open, different password to modify. OK, we then need to confirm that password to open, save the file, close it, and when you reopen, you'll find we actually need a password to open. There's no read-only option. If you don't know the open password, then you cannot get in. Because we've also left on the password to modify, then we're hit with the second step of security, which is, OK, you know the password to open the file. Do you know the password to allow you to modify the file? If not, you're again restricted to read-only. If you do, then you're in for modifying. So that's actually a double-step password there. You don't have to put a double-step password on. File, Save As, same folder, same file name, Tools, General Options. If you don't enter this password at all, then they just need a password to open, and that will be open for editing straight away. By adding in the password to modify, they need to know that one as well as the password to open. So you can have this sort of double-edged level of security. Should you wish at some point to remove all of these passwords, so you don't want a password to open or to modify, you just want to be able to open the file, then you simply remove all the passwords that exist in the general options, so no password to open, no password to modify. OK, resave the file so it overwrites the security settings, close, and what you'll find then when you open that same file is it opens straight away because we've removed the security settings. So that's password protecting, either to open or to modify your Word documents.